Hello friends, and welcome back to the Mothership. Today we are smoking up our very own Garlic Parmesan Wings. Let's get started. Here are some chicken wings. Now as you can tell, these still have everything attached. So the first thing that we want to do here is take off the little winglet and break the flats from the drumsticks. Best way to do that is to get a nice sharp knife and then cut right between them. You should find, there should be a spot right between them, and boom, just like so. Now, it might take you a little bit of time the first time you do it, but it's really not too bad. These are done. Just like so. You can keep these if you want. I tend to throw them out, but there's some flats and a drumstick. And boom, these all look perfect. And that took me no time at all. Honestly, you definitely should just buy the whole wing and chop them up. It's a lot cheaper, and it's really not that much effort. And now we come to one of the most important pieces, I think, to get good wings on the smoker, and that is to do a wet brine. Basically what we're gonna do is take 4 cups of water, and then about 4 tablespoons of kosher salt. And that's really it. Honestly, you can add anything else you want, but this is the most important part to get a wet brine, is that ratio I found. A lot of people add in brown sugar or garlic, and I do that quite often. In this case, I'm just going to add in maybe 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. Get everything in nicely mixed together. Perfect. And then all we got to do is toss in our chicken wings and let them sit in this bath overnight. Now the reason why this is important is because that salt that's going to get into the meat is going to help it retain moisture, and when we do a longer cook like this and you're fearing that it's going to dry out, this will keep it from doing that. Obviously, you still can't crank them to 1,000,000 degrees and just leave them, but this is a much better way to do your chicken wings than just putting salt on the exterior. So, get everything nice and in there like so, and these are going to go into the fridge overnight and have themselves a nice little bath. And it's tomorrow. Our chicken wings I took out of our wet brine and I rinsed them off, and then I rinsed them off again. It's really important to get all that wet brine off because there's a lot of salt in there, and you really don't want these to be overly salty. They have enough salt inside of the meat from sitting in it overnight. So rinsed them off, and then I patted them dry with a paper towel completely. What I want to do now is have them on this wire rack like you can see, and I'm going to put them back into the fridge and leave them there for about an hour or two. That dry environment with the fan going around is going to pull more moisture out of them. We don't want the skin to be moist. We want the skin to be nice and dry because that'll allow it to crisp up better. So, I'm just going to take these, put them back in the fridge, and focus on getting together a little bit of a dry rub to put on these suckers. Now to get a bit of a base rub onto our chicken wings, I'm going to just make a quick batch of my Abduction barbecue rub, which is brown sugar, paprika, chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and some mustard powder. No salt in this one because we wet brined, so we're just going to get everything nice and mixed together and try to get the clumps out because brown sugar likes to stick. And we'll use this to rub down our chicken. Chicken wings have really dried up in the fridge and they're ready to get their dry rub on. So what I'm going to do is move all of my chicken wings into a bowl. Then I'm going to apply some olive oil. Make sure everything gets a little bit of a light layer of olive oil on the exterior. Helps to crisp up the skin, and it helps for adhesion for our rub. And I'm just going to take our newly minted dry rub, coat these suckers down, get each side nice and coated. Don't have to go too crazy because we are going to give these a wet bath after we finish smoking them, and then put them back onto my wire rack because I still need to get the smoker up to temp. So just get a nice light coating on there, get everything covered. This will give us our color from the paprika and as well as add in some flavor. Everything is coated down. Now I'm going to get the smoker going. You can put them back in the fridge, that's probably what I'm going to do. Or you can leave them out as long as you can get your temperature up quick. Got a nice dry rub on here. Remember, no additional salt because these are wet brined. It's time to get that smoker up to temperature and begin smoking these suckers off. I have my smoker at 180 degrees. You could run it at higher than this, lower than this, whatever you want. If you are running a pellet smoker, your smoke setting is basically what we're looking for here. We're gonna run it for about a half an hour to 45 minutes just to get a whole bunch of smoke on here. And then we're gonna crank it up and really crisp up that skin by going at about 400 degrees, something like that. So we really just wanna let it do its thing. And you know what? I have that 3-tier rack system, which I never use, and chicken wings would be the perfect excuse to use it. I'm not sure why I don't. Next time. Either way, let's let this do its thing. Okay, we've been running these at about 180 for about 45 minutes. Temperature on them is about 110. They're obviously not close to being ready to eat, but at this point, I think they have enough smoke. You could really run them for a couple more hours if we really wanted to get more smoke flavor, but I want to eat tonight, so I'm bumping the temperature up to about 400. We're gonna let these run for about another half an hour, and that should really crisp up the skin. Now, while we wait for our wings to finish up, it's time to make our sauce that we're gonna toss them in. For a garlic parmesan sauce, I'm gonna start with some butter. I'm gonna melt this completely down. With our butter nice and melted, I'm going to take our garlic, toss it in, our Parmesan cheese, and our dry spices, and mix it together so it's nice and completely distributed throughout. Perfect. Now it's time to get this on our wings. Half an hour later, and these are probing above 270, so all these are good. Remember, they are wings, so they can go probably closer to 190 and still be fine. Got a nice crispy exterior on these. Oh, these are looking great. So I'm going to take these off and put them directly into our garlic butter. Tossing the wings is pretty simple. We're just going to throw them all into a bowl. And then just take our garlic parmesan sauce and pour it on over. And just get in there and mix it all together. Perfect. That's how I want to serve them. I'll probably sprinkle them with a little bit of Parmesan, but this is exactly how we want to eat them. Let's plate these suckers. Now, being that it's football season, guys, my demand for different flavors of chicken wings goes up exponentially, and these look absolutely fantastic. To recap, we smoked these for about an hour. We did about 45 minutes at a smoke temperature, and then we bumped them up to about 400 to really crisp up that skin. And the real secret to these is going to be the fact that we wet brine them for about 24 hours. But we have that butter garlic sauce with some Parmesan in there. I put some Parmesan over top, and they look beautiful. But most importantly, let's figure out how they taste. You know, we have a little bit of sweetness and some barbecue-y flavor from that rub. You can definitely taste a whole bunch of garlic and a whole bunch of Parmesan. And then the butter really brings everything together. These are absolutely fantastic. If you guys are tired of buffalo wings and you want to do something different, here's a good recipe for you guys. If you give these a try, please let me know what your thoughts are down below. What is your favorite type of buffalo wing? Do you just like going traditional buffalo sauce? Do you like frying them? Do you like smoking them? Any other thoughts? Please let me know down below as well. And as always, guys, cook something fantastic and get out there and make some wings.